On today's video, we're going to be learning about the fastest growing cities or metropolitan areas in 2023. So we're going to be looking at inflow migration, as people moving into these cities, to see which cities have the most people move into them in the United States. These are the fastest growing cities in the country. Most of the time when I see analytical information about people moving, I feel very angry because I feel people have made some very stupid decisions. But you know what? For 2022, I think a lot of people made some great decisions and moved to some great cities, because some of the cities that are on this list are cities that I would personally love to live in. And as far as the video goes, I think you guys are going to enjoy the video as well, because when I get in a good vibe, I make great videos. Like this video here that was filmed in the Kansas City area. Great videos, great information, great cities. Let's see where people ended up in 2022. Number 10 is Dallas, Texas. Los Angeles and San Francisco were a huge source of people moving to Dallas, Texas. One reason people are moving to Dallas, Texas is so that they can feel the extreme heat of the summer and then in a few months deal with winter. If you want some exciting travels, you're not too far from Oklahoma. The day we filmed this video, it was 110 degrees. Alright, I really don't get why people are moving to Dallas, Texas. Some of the people who moved out of Dallas, Texas went to Florida or Oklahoma. Year over year, they had a 40% drop in the number of homes sold. But what they did have a rise in is extremely high temperatures. The median home price is down 10% year over year, and the high temperatures during the summer are probably 30 degrees higher than where you live currently. Not gonna lie, I had a hard time finding nice things to say. Number 9 is San Antonio, Texas, one of my favorite cities to visit in the United States for their amazing food. Despite all the propaganda you've heard, Austin, Texas is not on this list, but San Antonio is, and one of the biggest contributing populations moving to San Antonio are actually from Austin, Texas. It's really not a surprise that San Antonio is on this list, because it's a great city with a great highway system, lots of good shopping. Easy access to Mexico has made it a destination for international travel, and it is one of the most affordable cities to buy or to rent in the United States. In a time where prices keep going up everywhere, San Antonio, Texas still has affordable housing. The vast majority of the population in the San Antonio area is Hispanic. 56% of the population here is Hispanic. Number 8 is San Diego, California. Absolutely one of the most beautiful cities in the country. It's not a surprise that a lot of people are going to move here. You may have heard that a lot of people are moving out of California, but you'll be surprised to know that there are California cities on this list. Many people moving to San Diego are coming from Los Angeles or San Francisco or other parts of California. San Diego is one of the most diverse cities in the United States. It has some of the highest real estate values. And it's interesting because a lot of people assume that those are the areas people are moving out of. However, with diversity, good incomes, extremely high property values, what San Diego doesn't have in common with other California cities that are large is the shrinking population. San Diego continues to grow for its natural beauty, beaches, mountains. 46% of the people under 18 are Hispanic. Number 7 is Northport, Florida. Northport would most likely suggest Northport, Charlotte. However, it's not in Charlotte County, it's in Sarasota County, meaning that it's really a suburb of Sarasota. There's a lot of Florida cities that are going to be on this list, and sometimes I feel like the metropolitan areas overlap a little bit, leading to a little bit of confusion. Northport continues to have a lot of growth despite the fact that Hurricane Ian did a lot of damages here. Most of the newer homes are in developments that are built up to hurricane codes, but those parts of Northport that are older and have not upgraded to the newer building codes suffer greatly from the hurricane damages. Newer homes in Florida have to be to a certain elevation. The roofs have to be to a certain wind zone regulation, and all that contributes to new construction being a much safer investment. Number 6 is Cape Coral, Florida. I'm going to assume that this means Lee County, Florida, including Lehigh Acres, Fort Myers, Bonita Springs. The city of Cape Coral itself has very strict building codes, and property taxes here are not affordable. You would think with having really high property taxes, the city of Cape Coral would be very quick to clean up after Hurricane Ian. I think that their cleanup efforts were awfully slow compared to other cities where the tax base is a lot smaller. A popular destination to move to in Florida, especially with people that are from New York. Cape Coral has the largest canal system in the world if you want Gulf access and don't mind being in a boat all day, because that's how long it takes to get from Cape Coral to the Gulf. There's no real commercial districts in Cape Coral of any significant size. Expect a very long commute to Naples or Fort Myers. Number 5 is Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada is Spanish for snow-covered mountains, and Las Vegas is Spanish for a place where there's a lot of sin, homelessness, and gangbangers from California. The vast majority of people moving to Las Vegas are coming from other states out west like Utah, Oregon, California, and even Hawaii. 30% of the population here is Hispanic, and 4% of the Latino population is Cuban. During the recession of 2007 and 2008, the real estate market in Las Vegas was hit the hardest in the United States, followed by Lehigh Acres, Florida. Ironically, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Lehigh Acres, Florida, during this up are still some of the fastest growing. It's almost like they didn't learn their lesson the first time around. And there's the Las Vegas Strip if you really want to end your marriage. Number 4 is Sacramento, California, which is just outside of San Francisco. As we know, San Francisco is the city where the most people are leaving out of on the West Coast. The parallel on the East Coast would be New York City. We know these cities are very expensive. A lot of these jobs became virtual. Places like San Francisco were just not obtainable to somebody who could work virtually. That is why both San Francisco and New York City had a large amount of people leaving for more affordable places. And in the case of San Francisco, Sacramento was not far away. What was really an unaffordable city exodus was labeled as a California exodus, but that's not true because 2 California cities are on this list. In Spanish, the word sac means bag, and armento or excremento means excrement, so Sacramento would mean a bag full of excrement. Some scholars believe it means to stuff excrement into a bag. They can't agree on the meaning. Number 3 is Phoenix, Arizona, and it is the fastest growing city on the West Coast. This area offers beautiful palm trees, incredible shopping, great food. It really is almost a perfect place to move to, except it's a freaking desert. If the unbearable desert heat doesn't kill you, the horrible air quality will. I think if Phoenix, Arizona had good air quality, it could easily be one of the best cities in the country. There's absolutely no air circulation in this part of the country. So let's say somebody from Alabama moves to Phoenix, Arizona, and decides that they want to burn their diapers and tampons in a fire pit outside their Scottsdale home. That smell would linger in the air for weeks. There's nowhere for the smell to go because there's no air circulation. Number 2 is Tampa, Florida, and let me tell you, so overrated. This place is a complete dump. It's ghetto, it's trashy, it's dangerous. I don't know why people are moving.
You idiot! I am studying to be a realtor in the Tampa metro area. Why are you trying to mess up my money flow?
Because I don't want these people to move here. Stop choking me. Ow. I want all these people to move here.
Jose, if they move here, I'm a realtor. And you know what comes after that?
Yeah, you start extorting people and lying to them about the places that suck because you're trying to make money off them. There's already enough people at my favorite fishing spot over by Gandhi, and then you're going to make a bunch of New Yorkers move over here and crowd my fishing spot.
You're going to have to find a way to nicely share your fishing spot.
I'm not going to share my fishing spot. They can move somewhere else.
No.
What are you going to do about it?
I'm not going to share my commission.
Go ahead, swing, women. Go if you're going to do... They're going to kick us out of this apartment complex. It's 2 in the morning. You know, if neighbors hear this, they're going to complain. Number one. Of course, the number one place people are moving to in the United States. Miami, I said it, you know. People are moving here for the Cuban food, Cuban music, Cuban cubaneo. You know, people want to be in Miami. Number one is Miami, bro. Like, how is Miami not number one, bro? People are moving here from New York because they want to be around Cuban people.
That's probably not accurate.
They want to be able to get a nice guava pastry at the Publix.
That's probably not accurate.
They want to smell the Cuban coffee at 5:30 in the morning.
That's probably not accurate.
There's a lot of Cubans in Miami, and people generally just like Cubans. You know what I'm saying, bro?
That's probably not accurate.
I would say the number one reason that people are moving to Miami is purely because of Cubans.
That's probably not accurate.
I didn't come to America, you know, to like be a dishwasher. You know, like I came to America to be in Miami, man. Why would you want to be in New York when you could be in Miami, man? Even though they closed down the Opelika flea market, people are still going to like come to Miami. Like the Opelika flea market wasn't the only thing this place had going for it. People from all over the United States are moving to Miami so they can get Cuban and Colombian food whenever they want.
That's probably not accurate.
Ray's Pizza is possibly the reason most people are moving to Miami.
That's probably not accurate.
People want to live in Miami so they can go to nice places to shop like Ño Que Barato.
That's probably not accurate.
Despite the fact that thousands of people are moving to Miami, apparently I don't know where these people went because Miami looks exactly the same to me as it always has. Maybe they're all cramped up into one efficiency. I don't know, man. When I finish this guava pastry, I'll finish this video. Miami is Miami, bro. Do I even have to explain why everybody wants to be in Miami? You know why everybody wants to be in Miami? You want me to tell you, man, why everybody wants to be in Miami, man? Because I didn't come to America to shovel snow, papi. I came to America to live in Miami con una pila de billete en un Ferrari, mi hermano.
That's probably not accurate.
Y tú, mija, tú no hablas español para saber de lo que yo estoy hablando, para saber cómo me vas a responder, mija.
That's probably not accurate.
Tú sabes que para qué parte de Miami se está mudando la gente. Para Hialeah, para la sabuesera, para la pequeña Habana, para estar en el ambiente, para estar en el repaterismo, mi hermano, para estar en el cubaneo hacer.
That's probably not accurate.
43% of the population in Miami is Hispanic. However, only 44% of the population under 18 is Hispanic, which makes Miami very different than other Hispanic cities. See, most cities that have a Hispanic population are going to have a larger portion of the population be under the age of 18. Miami doesn't have that situation, with Cubans, Colombians, and Puerto Ricans being the main source of Latino people living here. Means that Miami doesn't have the same anchor baby philosophy that is prevalent in other Hispanic communities. In fact, you can almost say that there's a lot of elderly people that are Hispanic in the Miami area, which is kind of an oddity. Take Los Angeles, for example, where about 45% of the population is Hispanic, but 59% of the population under 18 is Hispanic. They're purposely having a lot more children because these children are born as U.S. citizens. So when you compare Miami to all of the other Hispanic cities in the United States, demographically, it's a real oddball. Take the suburb of Hialeah, which is like 98% Hispanic at this point. It has one of the lowest murder rates of any city its size in the United States. That's great, right? But it also has one of the highest population densities of anywhere in the United States, even though it's a suburb. Miami is indeed a strange place that many years ago was said to be the poorest city in the country, and that a lot of people really hated on Miami. However, today, it is the #1 city in the country that people are moving to, despite the fact that jobs here weren't that great, despite the fact that real estate is expensive. People want to be in Miami. I said it, man. Miami is stealing people from all of the other large cities in the country, from Detroit to Los Angeles to Chicago, New York, Philadelphia. Everybody wants to be in Miami right now. But you want to know why I live in Miami, man? You want somebody to tell you what to think. You want somebody to tell you what to feel, what to eat. Despite the fact that many of these cities are in Florida, even the people that are leaving Miami are not leaving for other states. They're leaving for other parts of Florida. And it's odd that for 4 to 5 years, the Miami real estate market was completely stagnant. It was a flat line. Prices in North Florida appreciated, prices in other states appreciated, and Miami and South Florida was a complete flat, no appreciation. Then all of a sudden, COVID hit, and Miami is now the #1 city that people want to move to. And just like Las Vegas was hit very hard by that last recession, Miami was also affected greatly. And some of the places around Miami where people from Miami are moving to now were also hit very hard. Waves of New Yorkers moving to Miami is nothing new. This has been happening for decades. There's a lot of pressure from people from New York, Los Angeles moving to Miami. It's also possible a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans from the Northeast are going to start moving to Miami as well. And it's guaranteed that if there's any international pressure of migrants coming to the United States because something happened somewhere else in the globe, Miami is probably going to be one of their top destinations because the city's known to be diverse and welcoming. All that could give Miami a lot of resilience in a real estate crash, or could also make Miami very vulnerable. Let me hear your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Miami is a resilient city now, or do you think it's very vulnerable?